I was sitting somewhere, I was waiting for someone, and a guy just happened to walk in. And well, as guys, we started having a conversation, well, about how hot it is and how the summers are hot, and all that is going on and stuff. And then at some point, we got to get to know more about each other. He happened to know somebody that I know, and it really, really made us bond on a different kind of level. Because slowly he started opening up and telling me about how he's really, really stressed. And I listened. I didn't know this would end up being a testimony for me. So I decided to listen. And he started going on about how he loves this woman. At first I was like, yeah, it must be about a woman. And how things are not looking good, and how she just broke his heart. And well, I shrugged it off, and I was like, love, sometimes a lot of us don't know how to love. A lot of us just get into love because it feels nice, it sounds nice, it feels right, and we rush into things, and then things happen, and then when the real deal strikes us, maybe we are not ready for it, or we just not into it. So he just went on how he's spent years loving this woman, and as usual, when you break up with a person, you start to think the things that you've done for this person, why did they do this to you, and a lot of things. But then I told him, you did these things because it is a part of you. You know how to love right. You only did these things because you know how to love right. You cannot sit and look back and reflect and regret as to why you did this and you did that. Because on any given day, even the next person that you will meet in your life, you still do those things because you are who you are. Don't let a bad experience change the person that you are. So the painful bit is he told me that he got dedicated this. So he was crying to this girl and telling her, we should reconsider. We spent years together and stuff like that. And he told me while he was crying, she sent him a song by Rihanna. I guess the song says, "You look ugly when you cry." I know that song because I found myself in that kind of situation before, and actually I've listened to that song before, and I started later on when the guy left. I decided, let me actually just listen to the lyrics of that song, and that song is deep and harsh. It's like, you've gotten to this point where you're really, really tired of a person, and even if they cry a million tears, or they tell you, please, let's do this, you're just not interested anymore in it. It's done. It's over for you. And then it really made me think of those times that probably I've had my own heart taken for a race, or probably the times that I've taken somebody else's heart for a race. And I realize I think we have this whole love thing wrong. Love is a beautiful feeling. It's a God-given feeling. It's a God-given emotion. And love, like any other skill, is a skill that needs to be cultivated on. It's a skill that needs to be developed. We might think we know to love because at that particular point of time we feel that we are in love. But are we ready for the storms? Because even as we prepare for some goodness, we should be ready to prepare for some storms. Storms is not always going to be somebody cheating on you, or storms is not always going to be those bad things that happen in any sort of relationship. What about you? What about the candle in your heart when it starts to just go off? How do I rekindle that? How do I make it beautiful? How do I make it beautiful with this person that has loved me, or this person that expects from me, this person that expects me to submit to them? How do I do that? Are they my best friends? Are they involved in my life? Like, have I tried to blend them into my life? Do I tell them of what I'm doing? Do I equip them with the knowledge of the who, the where, and how? Or I'm just, she's my girl, she's home, she's just chilling. Or maybe he's my man, anything. Because, maybe if I did that a little bit more, if I involve this person a little bit more, it doesn't mean that they crowd my space, no. It means that every single day I have a best friend to talk to. Every single day I have somebody to pour my heart out to. Every single day I have somebody to spring back to, and whether the day has been hard, whether the day has been good, I have somebody to spring back to share in that happiness or to share in that sadness. But we just go through life, okay, yeah, she's my girl. Especially in the beginning, it's beautiful. But then later on, it's like, oh yeah, she's my girl, she's home. Or maybe I'm going to see her on the weekend when she comes over or something like that. No, it should be a cultivated relationship that is progressively growing into something beautiful. And just like any farm, you have to make sure that you uproot those weeds. You have to make sure that you put the right kind of energy to get the right kind of harvest. And yes, let's just be people who know how to love and cultivate into love. Let's just continue to ask God, because God is one who's the giver of love. He is love himself. So let's ask him to build us as men and women that love each other genuinely and honestly. And yes, speaking about honesty, that is the key ingredient to a perfect relationship on any given day. Because when I'm honest with you, it means it's gonna be okay. The times that I failed to be honest in any relationship, trust me, that relationship failed. It doesn't matter how much I had invested in it. Honesty is a key ingredient to that relationship. It's something beautiful when you're honest with the person that you're sharing your life with. And it's always something beautiful when you're honest, and when you care, and when you love, and when you pray together, and when you do stuff together. It's just something beautiful. So yes, may God by his grace and by his mercy facilitate our affairs so as comfort in his on any given day.